right, guys, we are on lesson 18, and we are getting ready to just do the standard algorithm for division. So everybody should feel good and comfortable about doing the division that we did, where we used our model with tens and ones and how we break it apart. But now it is time to just use the math formula, just the standard algorithm, to do the division, and picture what's happening in the model in your head, but just do the division on here. If you need to draw out the model, then do that, okay? All right, so I have 46 divided by 2. So I'm going to do this by going 46 divided by 2. All right, so I start with my tens. If I have 4 tens, how many 2s? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There are my 2s. 2 times what gets me close to 4? Well, 2 times 2 gives me exactly 4, and then I would use up all of those 10s, have no 10s left over, nothing that I need to combine with my 1s, okay? No 10s left over. I just need to bring down my 1s, okay? So I used up all of my 10s equally, no remainders in 10s place. Okay, so now I have 6, okay, and 2 times 1, 2, 3. 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, or 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, so I used up all 6 equally. There are no remainders, so my answer is 23 with a remainder of 0. Okay, now I need to double check my answer by using multiplication. So 23 times 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, is 46. That's where I started at 46. So I know my answer is correct because they match. All right, so that one had no remainders. Let's try another one. I'm going to scoot this down so I don't write all over that number. All right, so 96 divided by 3. Okay, so to start with, we're going to start with our tens place. Okay, and I'm going to come over here and write my multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, so 9. I can definitely do 3 times 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to use up all 9 in my tens place. There's not going to be any left over or any remainders. Okay, no remainders, nothing I have to combine with my ones place. My ones place is just going to stay 6. So just move it down to make it easier for me to work with, okay? Now, 6 also divides evenly by 3. Okay, I can picture it right now, putting 2 dots each to make 6. 2 times 3 is 6. I use up all 6 dots. There's a remainder of 0. There's nothing left. Okay, so I need to double check myself. 32 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Is 96. That matches. That matches. I know I did that math correctly. Okay, good job. They're not all going to work out evenly. We're dividing by 5 this time, so I'm going to go ahead and write my 5 multiples over here. Okay, so I've got 85 divided by 5. Okay, we're going to start in our tens place. I can't do 2 5s because I can't get to 10. So I have to do 5 times 1. 5 times 1 is as big as I can go. That's going to leave me with some 10s left over. 8 minus 5 is 3. That's going to leave me with 3 10s left over that I need to combine with my 1s. So now I've got 35 1s. You can see why we wouldn't want to draw that in dots. That's way too many. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 is going to work out equally as a multiple of 5. Okay, how many? 5 times what is 35? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 times 7 is 35. So I have a remainder of 0. Nothing is left over. Remainder of 0. So 17 times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. 85, 85, they match. So I know I did that math correctly. Okay, let's do 52 divided by 2, or divided by 4, sorry. 52 divided by 4. Okay, so in my tens place, 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay, I cannot divide 5 into 4 groups. I can only do 1 in each group. 4 times 1 is 4. It's going to leave me with 1 left over. Okay, so I'll put 1 in each of those groups of 10s, but that leaves me with 1 left over in my 10s place. I'm going to combine that with my 1s. That gives me 12. Okay, 4 times 1, 2, 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So it's going to put 3 in each group. I will use up all 12. There will be nothing left over. So it's going to give me a remainder of 0. 13 times 4. So 13 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Is 52. I ended up with the same number, so I know I did that math correctly. It's like back families. We're figuring it out. Okay, so now we're going to have some that aren't going to end with no remainders. These are going to have some remainders. All right, so 53 divided by 3. Okay, so let's write out our 3's. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, so I can't get to 6, okay? So I have to just do 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. So of the 5, I now have 2 remaining in my 10s place. And I need to move those 10s over and combine them with my 1s. And now I've got 23. Okay. So 3 times what gets me close to 23? 3 times, okay, 18. Let's do 21. And then let's do 24. I can't quite go to 24. That's too far. But 3 times what gets me close to 23? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21 is as close as I can get. So 3 times 7 is 21. That leaves 2 left over. So I have 17 with a remainder of 2 left over. There's 2 left over. Okay, so now let's do this math to double check ourselves. 17 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 more is 5. That's 51. But I had 2 left over. So I have to add those 2 back on, which gives me 53. And those match, so I know I did my math correctly. Okay, let's try another one. 95 divided by 4. Okay, so we're dividing by 4, so I'm going to write my 4's multiples over here. Okay, so 4 times what gets me close to 9? Well, 12 is too big, so it's just 4 times 2. That's as big as I can go. 4 times 2 is 8. That leaves me with 1 left over. Okay, I'm going to combine that 1 with my 1, or that 10, I should say, with my 1s. And so now I have 15. The closest I can get to 15 is going to be 12. 16 is too big, so I can't do 16. So 4 times 1, 2, 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, 5 minus 2 is 3. I can't do anything with that 3. It's not enough. It's not as big as 4, so I'm going to have a remainder of 3. So my answer is going to be 23 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. That's 92. Plus the 3 I have left over is 95. Those match. So I know I did that math correctly. Well, how do I know when it's a remainder? Because there's nothing over here to combine it with. There's nothing left to move down or combine it with. And this number is smaller than the number I'm dividing by. That's how I know when I get to a remainder. 15 couldn't be a remainder because 15 is bigger than 4. So I can still split 15 up. I can still break 15 apart into groups of 4. Okay, let's keep practicing. And this is just going to take lots of practice over and over doing these steps. Okay, 89 divided by 6. First step is start in the tens place. Okay, we're doing divide by 6, so 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Okay, we're going to want our sixes. Okay, 6 times what gets me close to 8? Well, I can't even do 6 times 2 because that's 12, so I've got to do 6 times 1. 6 times 1 is 6. I've used up 6. I have 2 tens left over. So I used up 6 tens. I have 2 tens left over. Okay, I'm going to combine those 2 tens with my 1s. So now I have 29. 29 is definitely bigger than 6, so we're going to be able to split this up. So let's see. I can't do 30. That's too big. So the closest I can get to 29 is 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4 is 24. That's as close as I can get to 29. And when I subtract, that leaves me with 5 left over. 5 is smaller than 6, so I know that that's going to be my remainder. I can't split that up or break that into a 6 anymore. So I'm going to have a remainder of 5. And there's nothing else over here to move down, so I know I have to stop at 5. Okay, so to double check myself, I'm going to do 14 times 6. That's my answer, times what I divided by, so 14 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, 7, 8. So I've got 84, but then I have this extra 5. That's my remainder that I need to add back on. So I've got 89. So I know I did it correctly. My answers are correct. So I can be confident that that is the correct answer. All right, 96 divided by 6. Okay, let's do 6s. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. You'll get really good at writing your multiples. Okay, 6 times what gets me close to 9? I can still only do 1. I can't go to 12. Okay, so 6 times 1 is 6. That leaves me with 3 left over. Okay, so then I need to combine that 3 tens with my 1s that I still have. So I have 36. Okay, if I look over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm going to use up all of those by breaking them into 6 groups. There's nothing left over, so it's 16 remainder 0. Let's double check myself. 16 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 more is 9. So my answer is 96. All right, here we go. 60 divided by 3. 3 times 2 is 6. There's nothing left. I have 0. Uh-oh. What do? I have 0. I have 0. Well, here's the thing. That 2 is in the tens place. I can't leave an empty placeholder here above my ones place. So 3 times what is going to give me a 0? 3 times 0 is going to give me 0. In my ones place, I'm going to have 0 because there's nothing left to split apart in my ones place. So my answer is 20. The biggest mistake kids make here is they think the answer is just 2 because they forget about that ones place. I've got to add that 0 to the ones place because in my tens place, I have 2 tens. I have to add the 0 for the ones. So 20 times 3 is 60. So I know my answer is correct. All right, now we're going to do that same 60, only this time we're going to divide it by 4. And I promise you it's not going to work out as pretty. 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 times 1 is as close as I can get because 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. That's going to leave me with 2 tens left over. I'm going to move those 2 tens to my ones place, okay? So now I have 20. Okay, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times 5 is 20. And I have nothing left over in my ones place. So there's no remainder. So 15 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 1 times 4 is 4 plus 2 is 6. My answer is 60. Okay, last 2. 95 divided by 8. So let me write my 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Okay. So 8 times 1 is as close as I can get to 9. That means I'm going to use up 8. I have 1 10 left over. I'm going to combine that with my 5. That's 15. I cannot get to 16. I'm only at 15, so I'm going to have to do 8 times 1 again. 8 times 1 is 8. 15 minus 8. 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is 7. It was 1 short. We just needed 1 more to make a full another group, but we didn't have it. Okay, so I have 11 with a remainder of 7. So 11 times 8. Oh, that's messy. Sorry, y'all. Okay, 1 times 8 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. That's 88 plus my 7 more is going to give me 95. So those answers match, so I know I did it correctly. Last one. Okay, so we're going to go 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. Okay, 7 times 1, I can't go to 7 times 2, that's 14. 7 times 1 is 7. That leaves me with 1 left over. Bring down my 5. I can do 14, but I can't do 21, so 7 times 2 is 14. That leaves me with 1 left over. That 1 is my remainder. It's smaller than 7. So I have a remainder of 1. So my answer is 12 with a remainder of 1. So 12 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 7 is 7 plus 1 more is 8. So it's 84 plus 1 more is 85. Hold on. I did it wrong. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Right here, 9 minus 7 is 25. I did it all wrong. Ignore that. And be glad. Look, I didn't mean to make a mistake, but I did, and my answers didn't match. So I knew I made a mistake, so I have to redo it. Here we go. We're going to redo it. Okay, let's try it again. All right. So 7 times 1 is still 7, but this is 2, so now I have 25. So 7 times what gets me close to 25? Well, the closest I can get is 21. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21. 5 minus 4 is 1, or is 4. So it's 13 with a remainder of 4. Sorry, Miss Collins got a little spaced out there for a second. I didn't subtract that correctly. All right, so 13 times 7, double checking myself again. 3 times 7 is 21. Everybody can make a mistake. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 more is 9. That's 91 plus my remainder of 4 is 95. And now my answers match. So I know my answer is correct at 13 with a remainder of 4. All right, guys, you all did a great job. I know this is harder. I know this is complex. Watch this video, watch the other YouTube video. If you have any questions, please get back on with me and I will help you. I am here to help.